A cool spring Connecticut evening, around 5 o'clock on March 24th, 1992, a scene begins. The setting? New Haven, Connecticut. Although innocent during the day, Edgewood Avenue, where we lay our scene, is known for being rife with drug deals when the sun goes down. Our main character for this story is plaintiff Patricia McArdle. McArdle works 2 part-time jobs. She is a drug counselor at the Connecticut Department of Corrections, as well as a clerk in a bookstore. A working-class woman, going to her workplace at the bookstore to begin what is sure to be a long evening. She had no idea how long the evening would truly become. Our driver comes upon a set of several young men standing in the middle of the road, blocking her way. She slows to a stop. The events are finally set in motion. Our plaintiff drives up to the sidewalk and rolls her windows down to berate the young men. Plaintiff McArdle says,
"You boys should not be out in the middle of the street like that, blocking the whole road. You're fixing to get hit by a car."
Now we introduce our antagonist for the evening, defendant Jonathan Haddad. Haddad is a police officer for the city of New Haven, Connecticut. He knows Edgewood Avenue is rife with drug activity. He sees McArdle's vehicle pull off the side of the street, what he later describes as the middle of the traffic lane. He thinks a drug deal is likely happening. He sees nothing transferred between the driver and the young men. As Haddad turns the street corner, the young men scatter, and McArdle's vehicle quickly accelerates away. Haddad signals to McArdle to pull over. McArdle sees the signals almost immediately after she has driven away from the young men. Turning the street corner, McArdle obeys and pulls over. Haddad approaches McArdle's vehicle. At the window, he says, "I need to see license and registration." McArdle hands over her license and registration, as well as her wallet, to the officer.
"Here, officer. My license has expired."
The mood changes. Haddad changes his attitude. "Ma'am, I need you to step out of the vehicle now." McArdle obeys the officer's orders. "You just cop drugs. Where are the drugs? Where are the needles? You just cop drugs." McArdle says,
"No, officer,
The officer does not let her finish speaking. He continues. "Nobody stops on Edgewood Avenue unless they're copping drugs." The officer does not let her speak. He makes no attempt to conduct a Terry frisk for weapons. He instructs her to get into the back of his patrol vehicle. McArdle obeys. McArdle sits in the back of the patrol vehicle. There is a large metal grillwork between the front and back of the car. She is not in handcuffs, but she is locked inside the vehicle. Haddad would later claim McArdle was in no way under arrest or in custody while locked in this back seat with no way out. We move on to a part of the story which is unclear. Did Haddad search the vehicle? Haddad says he does not. McArdle says he does. McArdle describes what happens like this. From the back of the patrol car, she sees Haddad go up to her own vehicle. She sees him put his head and almost all of his body into her vehicle. She says he searches for 10 minutes. She could see him look under the seats and into the driver compartments. McArdle claims that after searching her car, Haddad returns to the patrol vehicle and asks about her identification card that was in her wallet. "Are you a guard at the Department of Corrections?" McArdle replies,
"No, I'm not a guard. I'm a drug counselor."
Now this is important. Haddad asks McArdle, "So how do you get a badge if you're a counselor?" McArdle will later testify that she never mentioned having a badge. Even more important, McArdle will say that she keeps her badge in her glove compartment when she is not working. She also claims that the badge remained in the glove compartment even when she returned to her car later. The conclusion she reached based on this information? Haddad had searched her glove compartment. We move on to Haddad's version of the story. He claims that he did not enter or search McArdle's vehicle. He will say at trial that he knew all he could do was practice the plain view exception and look through the windows of the vehicle. In the end, Haddad issues McArdle several traffic tickets and has her vehicle towed. Later, McArdle leaves with the tow truck driver. What happened on this spring day in Connecticut? No one really knows. Either way, the courts will make a decision.